Our journey started when we were an aspiring creative couple, independent and nothing but ourselves in the world to focus on. We had big dreams and goals that we wanted to achieve and experience, but one of them at the time wasn't becoming parent. But then life happened.
It's official. Now you can literally see 2 lines.
Our whole focus shifted. We were now faced with a completely different destiny and purpose with completely new priorities. We now threw ourselves into books about labor, parenting, and rather than crossing off countries from our list, we valued being grounded and staying put. Alongside preparing to become parents, we also did our best to learn about living on the countryside and all those other responsibilities owning a home entails. And then the day was here, our life was going to change forever. A lot can happen in a year. We have officially completed our first year of parenthood, and what a journey. From being so scared and insecure to owning our role as parents and now embracing ourselves as individuals, being here seems like a dream from the struggle we had initially. Welcome back to our channel. Here we are.
This is Max.
This is Maya.
And we're living.
We've been celebrating Saga's first birthday as a huge milestone in our life as parents and, well, life period.
Yeah.
And I just want to catch our breath and have a conversation today on how it's actually been in depth with you and with you.
Yeah.
Let's get into it.
Let's get into it. We made it out alive 1 year down.
It's been a growing pain.
Yeah.
It's a bit blurry, to be honest, in the first initial time.
Blurry for me.
It's not blurry for you.
I guess
like
it
you
is,
can
but
start
you know what
there.
it is? It's because
fill in the blanks,
we
man.
filmed it. I feel
know,
like when you film things, you remember it. So if we hadn't have made all those videos about how awful life was in that 4th trimester.
I don't even know what headspace I was in when I recorded those things.
Oh, okay.
I feel like I was a shell.
What's it like for you to be a dad? Because I know for me, when I see you...
Yeah.
But what are you now? You was full to the brim.
No, yeah, I think when we became parents, it was a huge shift in our life. We were focused. There were so much things happening in our lives, and on top of being parents, on top of postpartum, that transition and hearing people saying it's gonna get better, it's gonna get easier. I just never saw it. I just thought it was I was in a very, 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 very dark space, but it got better. It is easier. You all were right. But I just couldn't see it back then.
Speaking of 1 year, we got to celebrate Saga's first birthday, OMG, and my cousins came all the way from New York and Toronto to celebrate with us, and it was so much fun.
Michael and Jay definitely made
they transformed our home.
Yeah,
so we had the Wiggles theme.
And actually they sparked an element in you that I haven't seen in a long while, which is really interesting to see you in your element with them, with the art and craft element, because I mean, I'm not good at it at all. I can just appreciate it from, outside, but seeing you guys transforming this tiny little home into some a bubble of colors and I think it was amazing. And then my sister hooked us up with the Wiggles theme cake.
And then your dad made oh my goodness, he made a card, the Wiggles big red card. That was my request for a birthday present. It was like a celebration of creativity, of family, and of travel. Since Saga is getting older and more independent, we're able to take her with us on our adventures, which is so much fun.
I think that her growing up has allowed us to be more freer as a family. And which has actually allowed us to travel. We've been to London. We're going to Copenhagen this weekend. And we booked our flights to Mexico this winter.
Yes.
And I have to shout out to the sponsor of this video, Surfshark VPN.
I would say Surfshark VPN is really good when you are traveling, because I know so many people who have been hacked at the airport. So when you turn that encryption on, it will prevent people from hacking into, say, your social media accounts, which has happened. For travel, if you want to buy cheaper tickets, if you change your location, say from US to Sweden, you can find cheaper flights, even from the same departing and arrival cities.
The search engines will locate your destination and change the prices accordingly anyway. So when you have your VPN on, you are more prone to find cheaper places, and you can take.
You can change. It will just give you cheaper flights, and we know this because when Max and I were traveling long distance to see each other, we were both looking at the same flights, and it was cheaper in Sweden than it was in Los Angeles.
And we didn't have surcharge back then.
No, we didn't.
So remember that. That's a life hack.
For your chance to save 83% off and 3 months for free, use the promo code MAXMAYA and use the link in the description box below. What else are we celebrating this 1-year milestone?
I would say one of the biggest things, the first thing I'm celebrating is that Saga is becoming more independent and she's sleeping in her own bed. And I know
huge, it's a huge deal for people who are co-sleeping with their babies.
We were co-sleeping up until now. And I know for some parents out there, you might be sleep training your baby at the very, very beginning when you come home from the hospital or when you have a home birth. But for us, we sort of strategically were planning for this for a while, and it was working for us back then, but now came the time around her first birthday, and it's been amazing. It's been such a huge relief in the night because I was dealing with a lot of so much guilt at night because Maya has since day one putting Saga to bed around 7, 8, and she has been stuck in bed with her.
I would try to creep out when she would fall asleep, and she would probably give me like 45 minutes and then wake up, where's my mama? And I would have to go in, and then it just wasn't fun.
No, it wasn't fun at all, and you worked so hard, and for me, I knew that there was nothing else I can do. Like, I can only accept what it is because I couldn't put her down to sleep back then, at least not with the resources that we had and the visions we had. But I was stuck in the office just feeling guilty. So instead of rather being productive and do the work, I would be like almost like dwelling in negative thoughts of like, oh, I'm not good enough. Like, I feel bad for Maya. So with Saga in her own bed, me being able to put her down myself is...
And then I was able to go. I went to Stockholm for 2 nights with my cousins without Saga.
Celebration. That was a celebration in itself. So that would be the major thing. That we have our evenings for each other.
Yeah. And for me, I mean, this is like, we're lingering on this sleeping on her own because it's a big thing, even for myself. So we were co-sleeping and Saga was just on my boob like around the clock. And I was just like, I need my life. Like, if I could just get like 2 hours from 8 to 11, 8, 9, 10, oh, that's 3 hours. Well, 9 to 11 to do work, that will make my load of independence feel so much better because I just felt like I had no identity at this point. My only job is to be Saga's mom, but towards the 1 year, I'm like, I want to do something. Like, I need to answer emails, which I can't do. Yeah, the sleep part is like a huge milestone.
I've seen a major shift in you. I've seen like a new Maya. If that could be my new, also another celebration is to celebrate that I can tell that you are finding your own space aside from Saga.
Yeah.
I feel like you've been very much with Saga, and I as a partner has to celebrate that too.
Yeah, that is a big one for me because I've spent so much of this year being Saga's mom and pretty much, you know, only Saga's mom, and I was yearning for that sense of self. Like, who am I? What am I creating? What can Saga look up to besides being there for her? And so I feel that I'm finally stepping into that space and not feeling bad about it because she's like doing her own thing. So yeah, that's a huge, and again, you being able to take care of Saga when I'm gone. Like, I've seen mothers do it all the time, but I couldn't do that. I was like, I'm there for her. Like, she can count on me now. She can count on both of us at night, and eventually her grandparents.
So I feel like I see not even the light of the end, in the end of the tunnel. I'm out on the other side. I think I think I'm there, but I'm also like a bit like shy because I haven't been out for a while. I've been in that big tunnel.
Okay.
Like, I'm planning like a trip for myself abroad. Like, I feel like I'm slowly getting my life back too.
Yeah, you are too. What other things besides sleep?
Well, she's starting daycare. Also a huge thing because my routines are whack. Like, working from home is positive in the sense that despite me working, I can still see Saga every day for lunch, but I'm also taking a lot of daddy duties.
He cooks a lot.
I cook and I walk for her, and I also, obviously, if mine needs help, I'm gonna be there. I'm not gonna just sit on my computer. Sometimes I wish that I had an office that I couldn't help you. Then I would get more stuff done. And I feel like when I would come home at 5, I could leave work aside and I can just be more present as a father. Now I feel like even at 5 o'clock, I'm running back and forth whenever I get a slot to the office. So her
when he says office, he means our guest room.
Yeah.
So he can go over there, do work, and then come back. But I noticed that you are here a lot, like cooking and stuff. So when Saga is in daycare, which isn't yet, but very, very soon, we will have uninterrupted work.
Yeah.
So we're celebrating before we're even there. Woohoo! I guess that's the theme for all of this. Her being in daycare, her sleeping on her own.
Her being independent.
She's being independent, and we get to regain a sense of self.
Yeah.
Because the best we can be for her is being the best for ourselves, I think.
She is now more of a person, like she can walk on her own. She takes in the world and she's taking impressions. She's interacting with the world, which makes me more comfortable as a parent being with her and exploring the world with her. Like before, I felt like I was a protector, which I still am, obviously, but then it was such a fragile, I was a fragile being, she was a fragile being, and I had to like put her down, keep her away from bacteria and keep her away from the sun, and it was just like, that's how I felt like I was very sheltering. But now when she's out on her own, I feel like I can observe her and I can protect her, but more in a explorational way, if that makes sense. Like I feel like I feel way more comfortable, even though it might be more work with her walking on her own. I feel way more comfortable traveling with her now than I did in the past.
Yeah, so definitely travel is something worth celebrating, because you get to see her experience these experiences.
Yeah.
Like you get to see her, like when we were in London, I just remember her eyes, like she didn't want to go to sleep. She didn't go to sleep. So she's just like looking at everything, taking everything in, and now she can walk everywhere. Like a fun thing that we got to do the other day was I got to take her for like a little nature walk, and I didn't bring the stroller, I didn't bring like a carrier, so she was just walking, and then she like knocked out when she came home. So just being able to see her interacting with the world, and I could just stand by and just watch, has been a lot of fun also.
Yeah. Like what's ahead of us? Like what's, as a parent, like what would be the next milestone, or what are we looking forward to now?
You know, it's interesting because people say it doesn't get easier, you just get stronger. Like that may be true, but that newborn stage, man, that's the hardest thing I've ever done. And I think it's just, I don't want to say smooth sailing from here on in, but it's just way more fun for people like us. Like I don't know about you, but I've never been like a newborn person. Like I like kids. I like toddlers who have voices and thoughts and ideas, and then they want to explore the world. I'm excited to share that and see that with Saga.
Yeah, me too. I know there will be other challenges ahead of us, but I look forward to go into those challenges with more experience and more strength, and hopefully being able to use the tools that I've gained on this journey to there and master it.
Yeah, the time does really fly though.
It does. Yeah.
So I think embrace each chapter that you're in, knowing that it's about to change.
Yeah.
We look forward to sharing our journey as we grow with Saga, and it's going to be interesting. It's like having an online journal with awesome friends that can interact with us in the comments below.
Yes, keep throwing your questions, keep interacting with us in the comments below. We love hearing from you. We read all your comments, and we're so grateful for this community that we have.
Yes,
so
thank you.
Keep them coming, and put your notifications on so you know when the next video is up. So we'll see you then.
See you. Hey, doll.
Hey, doll.